Staying with the NFL, the Broncos announcing they're benching their $242 million man quarterback Russell Wilson. A story, look, that's going to have reverberations throughout the offseason. With this kind of money on the line, with the kind of assets Denver gave up for Wilson, there would presumably be a plan in place. We got the man with the plan back with us now, Ryan Clark. Ryan, Sean Payton said yesterday this decision was, quote, more about what we weren't doing effectively enough offensively. Are you buying it?
Hell no. Sean Payton, and I don't know why Sean Payton feels like he just can't tell the truth when all of the business and the finances stack up to that if Russell Wilson is hurt in these last two games, that $30+ million becomes guaranteed in March, or if Russell Wilson is unable to pass the physical. And Sean Payton hasn't seen Russell Wilson as his guy the entire time. You don't berate your franchise quarterback the way Sean Payton did against the Detroit Lions if he's your guy. You don't tell him he has to stop kissing babies and stop running for office if he's your guy. You don't come in and say the things you said about him right away if he's your guy and if you believed in him. I watched Sean Payton coach in New Orleans for a decade and a half. It was never that sort of interaction. It was never sort of that beration publicly of Drew Brees that we've seen of Russell Wilson. And trust me, Drew Brees kissed more babies, hugged more people, ran for more offices than anyone in New Orleans. But he was Sean Payton's guy. Russell Wilson was not from the beginning. And as soon as he can get him out of there, once they went on that 1-3 streak in 4 games, we knew it was over. Sean Payton made the decision he wanted to make, not the decision that's going to help this team win. Because if that was the case, that decision would have been made long ago.
So if this marriage between Sean Payton and Russell Wilson is all but over, right? If this is the end of Wilson's career with the Broncos, where do you think it makes the most sense for him to end up next season? I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you're looking at Russell Wilson, nobody's going to look at these 2 years in Denver and say we're going to hand over our starting position to him. But if you're the New York Giants, whose quarterback position seems to be in flux, especially with Daniel Jones' injury, why wouldn't you kick the tires on Russell Wilson, especially with what Brian Daboll can do? If you believe in Sam Howell, who's now been benched, and now it's Jacoby Brissett, why wouldn't you bring in Russell Wilson to either be a bridge quarterback with the guy you can draft or have a competition where if Russell Wilson wins, you have a young quarterback that can now learn? I think for me, those two teams are the two teams that should talk to him, not only for who he is as a player, but for who he is as a man and a leader and the tutelage he can give some young quarterback who you just draft into this league.
Super Bowl champion Russell Wilson likely on a new team next season. RC, thanks so much.